Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new on my channel, then welcome. Today's video is going to be a tutorial, and it is the first holiday inspired tutorial that I'm going to do this year. I don't know if I can make more than two, but I'm definitely doing two. So this is the first one, and then another one will be coming as well shortly. This is the look that I came up with. I came up with it yesterday. I was so nervous because I didn't know what to do. I was thinking of different colors to use, different things to do, like would it be a smoky eye, would it be a cut crease, would it be a halo like spotlight eye. So I just started playing around with my trusty old JACLYN Hill and Morphe palette. You guys love it, I love it. It's I don't know, it's a match made in heaven, I guess. I started playing around with these reds because I thought I would do something more like around the reddish theme for the first look. I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of like baked apples and gingerbread, but also like ice and snow. And I don't know, is it? I don't know, never mind, don't listen to me, but that's just something that comes to mind. Oh, and cranberries also. Cranberries, when I see this kind of look, it just, that's what kind of jumps into my head. I will get into the tutorial in a second. I just wanted to let you know that I asked you guys on Instagram. These are the two latest additions to my palette collection, and I asked you guys which one would you like to see first in a video, and most of you voted for the Evolve palette by Beauty Bay. So that is the one that I'm going to use for my other holiday inspired tutorial. So yeah, keep your eyes open for that as well. That's all I wanted to say. Get comfortable, and if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. I have already prepped my eyes, as you can probably see. They look quite nice and even. Now I'm going to get into this Vitamin Enriched face base by Bobbi Brown. This is so good. I got this while I was in Berlin, and yeah, I don't have the words. It smells so beautifully, like a sweet orange. I don't know. It has a very nice scent to it, and it's so nice and moisturizing, which is why I love to use it on these areas around my mouth, around my nose, and in between my eyebrows, because those are the driest spots on my face, especially now that we are pretty much full on in winter. Now that I'm nice and red all over, we can jump into the eyeshadows. First off, I'm going to take the shade Creamsicle, and I'm going to dust that all over my crease. Now this is again something that you don't have to be too precise with, because we are going to cut the lid afterwards. So yeah, you can be quite messy and get the color on the lid as well. Maybe you can see what I'm doing a bit better now. I'm so glad that you guys seem to like when I do tutorials using the Morphe and JACLYN Hill palette, because it is one of my all-time favorite palettes, and there's just so many different looks that you can create with this. So yeah, I'm thrilled that you guys are so excited about me using this palette as much as I do. But yeah, I will definitely be incorporating more palettes in my upcoming videos, so that shall be interesting too. Next up, we're going into the shade Hunt, and we're putting that in pretty much the exact same place, only a little bit lower. But again, you can be quite sloppy with this still because we're not cutting the lid just yet. And going back in with the previous brush to blend those edges. And now we are going to further deepen up the crease area before we go in and start cutting out the first half of the lid. And for that, I'm taking the shades Jax and Roxanne. So I'm mixing these two together. For this one, I am using a more rounded and a bit more condensed brush, because I don't want the color to blow out like I did with the previous shades. And I'm running that pretty much right into my eye socket, and also extending it ever so slightly, because we are going to clean up the edge of the eyeshadow anyway, so that's fine. I just want to make sure that there is pigment everywhere. And again, going back in with the previous brush and very lightly running over those edges where the two colors meet. Whenever I want to create like an even looking shape, something that just like follows my natural eye shape, I've discovered that it's a lot easier to do that when I first place the color on the outer edge of the eye and start dragging the color and the shape out like so, and then I stop, and then I start working on the inner section of the eye, then I stop, and then I connect those two in the middle, and then kind of perfect the edges as I need to. But this technique has definitely made it a lot easier to keep the line and the shape that I want to. Now that we've done that, I'm going to work on the outer V as well a bit before we start carving out the lid with the concealer. For the outer V, I'm going to use the shades Jax and Chip, and I'm going to mix these two together. This one I'm going to keep in the outer V only. So I'm packing it on in the outer corners, and I'm also dragging it ever so slightly in the crease, kind of dragging it out a bit, making like a V shape thingy. And then again going back in with the previous brush and just buffing over the edges a bit. So now it is time to cut the lid, and for that I'm going to use my trusty NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in the shade Vanilla. Taking a flat synthetic shader brush, I'm just going to carve out the first half of my lid. As I get closer to the edge, I'm just very lightly blending the edges of the concealer into the eyeshadow. I'm going to take the shade in Light. I'm going to pat that over the first half of that concealed area. And now for the other half, we're taking the shade Cranapple. This is just to connect these two areas. I'm going back in with the previous brush and just patting over this section right here just to create a nice transition. And now I just quickly want to go over the outermost edge one more time with the brush that we used for the outer V. I'm not taking any more eyeshadow. I am simply brushing over the edges of the shade Cranapple and where we put the mixture of those darker shades in the outer V. For the last step of the eye look, this is the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner in the shade Glam Rock, and I'm going to run that on the outer edges of that white part. I'm going to fast forward through the rest of my face makeup, and then we'll finish up the lower lash line. So now let us finish up the lower lash line quickly and then we will be done with the look. So for the lower lash line, I'm keeping it extremely simple. I'm just going to use the shade Roxanne first. I'm putting that all over my lower lash line, and then I'm taking the shade Jax and I'm putting that in the outer corner only. For the inner corner highlight, I'm going to use the shade Beam, and I'm also going to put that underneath my brow bone. Going to use some mascara on my lower lash line as well, and then that's the eyes done. Finally, I'm just going to finish up the lips, and for that I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills lip palette, and I'm mixing together the shades number 3 and number 10. And for some finishing touches, I'm just going to spray some MAC Fix Plus and then go over all of the face with some Milani Make It Last setting spray. And that's it. I really hope that you guys love this look as much as I do. I think I already said that, but I really do, because I think it's so nice, it's so festive, it's so glitz and glam, but it wasn't difficult to do at all. It just takes a bit of patience and that's really all. I hope that you like the first holiday inspired tutorial, and yeah, definitely let me know in the comment section what you think of this look. Are you going to recreate it? Would you wear something like this, or is it maybe too bold for you? Let me know. That's it from me. So thank you guys so much for being here and watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel. And other than that, I will see you in my next holiday inspired tutorial. Bye!